Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Chuck, go ahead. Let me hear you whistle.
What's whistling it?
That's
Whistle.
okay. That was Chuck had it.
Jim, you whistle it.
Yeah, you do it.
I can't.
Oh, there we
My
go.
whistler doesn't work.
We need to wet his whistle.
Yeah, you do. This will wet your whistle.
You need to get some port in me.
All right, everybody. If you are not familiar with this segment, every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, we do Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, and it is brought to you by our friends at Defiance Ridge Vineyards. Chuck Gillentine has been joining us throughout our Wednesdays. We're having a good time. Today, we're going to talk about something that maybe some of you have never had before, or you've always wondered, I wonder if I should try that. It's a port, and I really love this. Chuck just told us that there's a connection to his son with this particular label. Tell us about that.
Oh, that the arrowhead is called our archaic, and I'm assuming where we are was a big Indian area one time, and we found all kinds of incredible things on the property and just around the area. And Justin's found probably 300-400 pieces, and they're I think we've got it back 5,000 years actually. So that was one of the arrowheads that he found, and we decided to name the. It can't be called port in the United States. It's got to be called dessert wine.
So
Or
is it kind of like we can't call champagne unless it's actually from Champagne?
yeah, it's made in Portugal, and you have to call it fortified wine or dessert wine.
Dessert, and so this one says it's archaic. It's 2020 dessert wine, and that's the thing that I've always seen. And we brought Jim in today because many times Jim has actually had ports, and any other guys. What?
Because I know nothing about it.
Shut up. There are a lot of guys who, if they smoke a cigar, occasionally he'll smoke cigars, and then he'll be offered a port. So why are cigars and ports so good together?
I think it's a high alcohol. It's just like brandy and cigars. My preference on a dessert wine or port would be a tawny and a cigar.
What's the
It's a little
difference?
lighter, and it to me it kind of reminds me more of brandy. So,
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
but
so this.
our port, our dessert wine is made. The brandy is local. It's from Sugar Creek, from the distillery over there. So we buy. Normally, we buy about 40 gallons of brandy when we make port. We make it every other year, or dessert wine. I'll say port all the time because we call it port.
Right, exactly.
And this is a Chamberson port. Most ports in the state are Norton ports.
Okay.
This one, the difference between the two is the Chamberson to me is just a lot more smooth.
Mhm.
They're both great with chocolate and stuff like that, and cheeses and stronger cheeses especially. But they're also the ruby ports are really good with duck and some stronger meats. They're fantastic with them.
So
Uh,
duck confit.
Duck confit.
that's right.
Okay,
Well,
so
it's delicious with it, and it's good. It won a gold medal last year in the Missouri Cups, and both
yes.
our ports, both of our Norton port also won a gold.
If you're
So
just tuning in, it's Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. Wednesday again, Chuck Gillentine. We are talking about a dessert wine or a port, but again, can't call it a port unless it's actually you said from
well, you
Portugal.
can't call it a port on the label.
Okay, so dessert wine. But before we pour it, I'm going to have Jim pour it for us. What glass? Because this is what, since I don't serve these and I don't usually buy these, I wouldn't even know. What are we supposed to serve it in?
Well, I would use a small white wine glass, Sauvignon Blanc glass. That would work great.
Okay,
The smaller rim on top is better.
and why is that?
It all goes to the nose smell.
Okay.
Keeps it tighter. Uh,
Because I think originally in my head, I was thinking, should we put this in like a cordial glass? But
uh,
no.
Look, you can put it in any glass. We go back to the glass thing again, but it's really meant to be in a smaller white wine glass.
So Jim Googled it and it said same thing, a white wine glass. Did it say something about the aromatics in the nose
Yes.
and being able to swirl it more?
Swirl it, you're going to get
Aerated.
total chocolate, cherry chocolate on this,
Yes, lots of
big
cherry
time,
chocolate.
big time. I mean, it kind of overwhelms it
Yeah.
uh,
Great Maduros.
on the nose. It's just
You
delicious.
have to speak louder if you're going to be on, Jim. He just
Hey,
said
Chuck, I said that'd go great with a Maduro cigar.
he's
Oh,
so spoken. A Maduro cigar, everyone, is what he's saying. And why do you think that particular cigar?
That cigar is heavier. Goes nicely with
He's
Well, we got to do that sometime. Maybe we'll do that at the lake when you guys. Yeah.
Cigar smoke is heavier out of Enduro. I'm okay.
Well,
yes.
It would go well with this.
So yes, I've actually asked if that's something you would want to do in the future because I think that would be great. I think that would be really popular out there. Do people because people can smoke cigars out on your patio, right?
they can. We allow smoking. I mean, there's all kinds of smoking that goes out on the patio these days.
And what does that get
Whatever
served
you
with?
need.
It's like beforehand you could say something, oh, can you guys go outside? But now it's like, what do you do? It's
Exactly.
legal.
Yes.
Right?
You
Okay.
get complaints, so we try to say, well, will you go over here or go over there? We have a little area over here, but it smells, so
I was just gonna say that skunk smell doesn't work well
oh,
with your
we
incredible
have
food.
skunks out in Defiance anyway, so we're kind of used to the smell.
Oh my.
Cheers to that. First of all, cheers, my friend, until we see each other
Cheers
in
to it.
person again. Yes.
Here.
So I'm gonna taste this. So yes, everybody on the nose, this dessert wine or this port, Archaic 2020 from Defiance Ridge Vineyards, definitely heavy cherry chocolate smell. Let's see, taste wise. See, here's my question. This always remind. Oh, that is very chocolatey.
It's got 9.5 bricks of sugar after it's fortified.
Yeah.
Uh,
So tell us what all goes through the process of making this. It's very
That's
chocolatey.
pretty cool.
so when you make a dessert or port, you add your yeast to it when you're going through process of making the wine the first day,
Hmm.
and then you have to, because the yeast will ferment, and you got to keep your eyes on it, light 24/7,
Hmm.
because if you don't, it will explode on you. And so once it hits a certain bricks, and usually I think Tom does his at 9.5 bricks. That's when you go ahead and put it in the barrel, and then get the process going for that.
And
Uh,
how long is it in barrel?
we keep it in barrel for minimum 2 years and mainly three. This is 2020,
Hmm.
so we only made I think about 65 gallons of this.
Okay.
So it's a very, very small production, but it turned out really nice.
So Richard is on. Richard, who is behind Dude's Playground, he said, "That's funny. Stick to edibles and public." Kathy says ports are delicious. I bet they will eat more food though after smoking that, Chuck.
That's true too.
Get the munchies.
By the way, for all of you that have never been on our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, we do this at 4 o'clock. Yeah, so you're so used to saying good morning to me. Julie said good morning, then she said, "Oops, I'm sorry. Good afternoon." Yes, Michelle said she actually had a port tasting. She went to Portugal a couple years ago, so she experienced that. Hi to Sean. For all of you that are on right now, we are on X, we are on let's see, we're on Instagram, we are on YouTube, and we are on Facebook. I don't have us on Rumble right now. I don't think so, but if you have any questions about these, let us know. You're busy tonight, though, by the way. Talk about your Japanese wine dinner you're going to have.
Yeah, tonight we've got 100 people coming out for a Japanese wine dinner. Matt Glickart, who's the chef over at Westchester in Chesterfield, is doing. This is the first time we've had another chef come in and do one of these farm dinners.
Hmm.
Interesting because, I mean, we got a very busy week. We got a couple weddings. We got a big corporate event Friday night, and it gives a kitchen a chance to get caught up for all that for the weekend. Excited about it. It's a 5-course dinner. There's only one roll involved, but there's all kinds of Japanese dishes. We have some sake to go with one of the courses, and after this, we got to figure out which wines we're going to use because Matt is just getting here with everything, and we haven't paired the wines yet. But it'd be a night with white wines, and maybe mostly white, maybe a Pinot Noir with the dumplings or something. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and they're so creative there. If you've never been, they do these cellar dinners, they do these wine dinners, they do farmhouse dinners, they do trivia nights. They've got incredible music on the weekends. Just a gorgeous place with really, I can't say it enough, incredible wines, incredible food. You've got to make it a stop. And then you're excited, Chuck. Right before we went on, you just said, Monica, wait until May because you have a tequila dinner coming.
We have a tequila mezcal dinner, May 10th, second Wednesday night. Marie Carmen, met her this morning. She came out and visited with Chef and my son Trevor on what we needed to pull off for this dinner, and I was blown away with her. I mean, she's a very energetic lady that knows everything about tequila
Huh?
and every food pairing. And my chef was just had his he couldn't believe what was coming out. So we've already got the menu planned, and it should be fun. It'll be a great time, a great menu.
You have that in front of you. Tease us a little bit.
I do have it in front of me. We're going to have cerveza. We're going to have some street tacos,
Mm.
some bazzelli, and some type of beef tenderloin dish at the end, and then a flawless chocolate port to finish the dinner. But I'm really looking forward to have her handle it because she will keep you on your toes. She's pretty cool.
So that's going to be May 10th.
Yeah.
You will have tickets available for that starting
Very
when?
soon, probably by tomorrow. I would think we've got the menus been put together, so Trevor will get it up on the website maybe this afternoon or first thing in the morning.
Perfect. Yeah. So defianceridgevineyards.com and then click on the calendar. As we mentioned tonight, they've got the Japanese farmhouse dinner. Rock Opera, by the way,
Oh,
is
that'll be a
playing,
day Saturday.
right? One to four this Saturday afternoon.
It's
They've
supposed
got,
to be low 80s.
oh, it's supposed to be incredibly gorgeous this weekend. And you also, for those that want to come maybe on Sunday, for those who haven't been out, you've got your sip, savor, and shop on Sunday.
Yeah, well,
Tell
we
everybody what that's
have
about.
vendors, local vendors that have their own product that we allow them to market them and some really cool stuff that they do. And uh, people, they get excited when they see them out. Probably 8 or 9 different booths of
Yeah.
things.
I've been. It's a lot of fun. Ladies, if you want to find some cool jewelry, you want to find things that are again
Or
tied into Missouri, it's a lot of fun. Good music, good food, good shopping. Who doesn't
some
love
great
shopping?
barbecue sauces sometime and some other sauces. And yeah, it's really nice. Really, a lot of fun.
Where are you setting them up, Chuck? Are they going to be in?
Well, it'll be outside.
Very good.
They'll be out on the grass this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, because
A lot-
sometimes you have it in that like your overhang, your patio area.
Yeah, they'll have their tents and they'll get to listen to the music and
Yeah.
it should be a fun day.
Nice.
So again, everybody, we're talking about a 2020 dessert wine. If you have ever had a port before, so you mentioned earlier, and this is how I have been served ports. That yes, there's a lot of cheeses and chocolates. So after dinner, and then and you don't want to have a big piece of cake or something like that. You just want something small, little tiny pieces of
Yep.
cheese and a little port.
And
Great.
a little pairing, little small 1 ounce, 1.5 ounces of port. Port ages forever, and it saves a long time in that bottle.
Well, I was just going to
Well,
say,
one bottle will say we could probably save 3 weeks before it would go bad.
so if that was my question. So yes, you're not going to be like downing this like people do
No,
with some wine. So
absolutely.
Nope.
if you open this up and have this little amount with some cheeses or chocolates, what's the best way to store it for it to be okay for the next 3 weeks?
Just put the cork back in it, and it'll be fine. It just with all that alcohol content in it, it saves well.
There you go. So now you have
And
another.
those older ports are incredible. I've had some 40-year-old ports. They're just freaking amazing.
Huh. So you have time to invite some guys over to smoke a cigar.
Yeah, we'll be
And
enjoying this.
you know what? I think I have a 1985 that may have your name on it when you guys come out.
Very good.
We will do that for sure.
That sounds like a deal.
Perfect. So again, if you've never had one, archaic. So you mentioned that there are some that you make at Defiance Ridge, and then this particular one.
We make we make this one. We make our Norton port. The Tawny port actually came from Montel back in the day, and it's an older grape. I think it's a 7-9 year old port, and it was made with Chamberson and Vidal Blanc. It
Oh,
was a
really?
blend. Now we got to work the blend with the winemaker, but we were able to pick out the barrels when we wanted them.
So Kathy, I don't understand her question. She said, "How much school is in it? Is it how much alcohol is in it?"
Well, alcohol is going to be 20%.
That's what I would think
Twenty
she's asking.
percent alcohol is normally in the port range. Now, a Riesling, an ice wine, a Riesling usually is only like 8 or 9%
Oh,
alcohol.
really?
Yeah.
They're so sweet.
Well, they're because they're picked so late,
Okay.
and the grapes are basically frozen or dried as can be, so they're only getting, a drop maybe out of each grape,
Do you
maybe.
have an ice wine out there?
We do not. I have some in my cellar. I love them. They're
Yep.
fantastic.
Um,
Uh,
Richard just said, Jim, you should take me with you to drink that 1980s bottle of wine. I enjoy a good cigar. You got to come out there,
And
Richard.
it's a beautiful setting.
yep.
It's a set and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Kathy said yes. How much alcohol? Not
much
school. I was like, what? I'm confused by that. Okay. So if they come out, how much is this? If they were, are they going to purchase this?
These bottles run about $37 a bottle. They're half bottles.
Yes.
So
That's what was funny, Chuck.
We got
tell
short. We got shortchanged on this bottle today.
He's like, wait a minute, where's the rest of the bottle, Monica?
they make them in full 750 bottles. So most dessert wines, of course, are in the smaller 375 bottle.
Well, yeah. I mean, it lasts for a
It'll last a
while.
while.
Yeah, you're just having
It's
a little bit.
It's a sipper.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Something just fell from the seat. Okay, so Japanese wine dinner tonight. Look for the tequila dinner, excuse me, that is coming up next month. And then for all these wonderful events, you can find them under the calendar. You think we can get some of that tequila from her early and do a little tasting beforehand?
I'm sure we're buying it, so it's coming from the distributor. We'll have it.
I think we should do that because I know the thing when we first started Wet Your Whistle Wednesday, we would showcase some wines. We showcased a tequila. Like as soon as we started the very first week, I was like, oh my God, we're coming out straight out of the gate with tequila.
Well, it'll be on a Wednesday, so
Yeah, I think that would be good. We could showcase a little bit for sure. So everybody, again, remember my friend Chuck. He's got some work to do tonight. We told him we were going to not do a long show. I told you right about 20 minutes. DefianceRidgeVineyards.com. Check them out. And we keep talking about the Ruby Lee concert, which is coming up for you on July 4th. How are tickets selling, by the way?
they're still selling. We sell a few a week. I think we're probably 60% there.
Okay.
Which is good. I mean, it's still a few months away. So,
Yeah.
I think we've sold nearly 350 tickets, maybe 360.
And we said that we could get about 700 to 800 there because
we
it's
can.
gorgeous night.
We will.
Right. And then don't forget about the fireworks. Bring the family out. You're always looking for plans to make. Go ahead and make them early. I would suggest not waiting until the night of, the day of, to purchase tickets because you may not be lucky enough to get some. At that point, they might be sold out. Yeah, Kathy, I misspoke. I said tequila wine. A tequila dinner coming up on
We talked about a tequila wine pairing. Mix it today. Yep.
Yeah, a little blend.
Yep.
You never know what we're going to come up with together. All right, Chuck. Again, thank you so much. Chuck is a part of our team, a part of our sponsorship, and we love this particular one. Every 4 o'clock on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 4 o'clock, you can join us for Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. We're not sure what we're going to feature next week. It's always a surprise for you. We'll come up with that. And then we'll be back together live in person in the next few weeks. We are always live at Defiance Ridge, which you might be able to see us and maybe even join the show. You're open till 5 o'clock on those Wednesdays that we're there. And then Thursdays until 8 o'clock, right?
8 o'clock on Thursdays.
And then on the weekends?
5 o'clock. And normally we have an event going on, Fridays and Saturday nights. So the winery shuts down at 5, or we close the outside at 5.
Yeah, because
we don't kick people out at 5, but
get out of here. I got a wedding. And remember them, by the way, if you know somebody that's getting married, it's a beautiful setting. And they've gotten awards from the Knot for being one of the best locations to have a wedding. So remember them for many things, special events, birthdays, again, weddings, and just to have a great time with your family and friends. Anything last about what you tasted there, Jim?
No, absolutely not.
He's so quiet.
I am quiet.
So soft-spoken.
I'm going to go enjoy this now, Chuck.
He's going to work out with his son and grab a cigar, I think.
Blue cheese and really enjoy it.
What'd you say?
Little piece of blue cheese and really enjoy it.
That's right. Thank you for the suggestion.
All right, Chuck. Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner tonight.
Thanks, Monica.
And everybody, cheers to you. Now, wet your whistle.